Okay, hello. I hope the audio works correctly. Hello. I don't think I broke anything, so we just need to go live on the YouTube short end, and we should be all good to go. I hope everybody is doing okay. Hello, everybody. My name's David. You can call me Zen, and welcome in. I'm just making sure that everything is working. Because sometimes, everything be working until it's not. But I think everything's all up and atom, so we should be good to go. Hopefully everybody's day is going well. I know that we're doing kind of a little bit of a multi-stream moment. And we are quickly approaching the end of the game. So hopefully nothing breaks too badly. Okay. So I'm going to bookmark this last tweet because you know how Twitter can sometimes auto refresh and, it could just, well, it's nice that it auto refreshes, by the way. Wait, how come it's, okay, there we go. I was about to say, come on, YouTube, catch up. I got a stream to run here. Oh. Okay, my internet had a hiccup for a second. That's what's happening. Got it. You know what? It happens. That's why I normally don't start like right in the second that the stream's like going. Because sometimes I'll be minding my own business and all of a sudden just lag or something just randomly happens. But all right, I think I got everything up and running. We should be good to go from here. So this should be the vertical chat. That should be... Oh, the only chat I don't got is that TikTok chat. Which TikTok might have broke because of that internet hiccup. But we'll see. Anyway, I think that's enough yapping from me. I think we have enough to go ahead and get started. So I hope you guys are as excited as I am to finally, see what the finale of this game has to offer. I'm thinking this is going to be the finale. I don't think we have a ton left because we're already several testimonies in to this. And I would be very surprised. So, if you guys didn't already know, I had already made the decision to go ahead and start from the beginning of this last trial. If only because I think that it would just be easier across the board for everybody, for everyone. So it's important to me that I just back it up. Because I definitely went into this a little bit more sleep deprived because the stream went longer. So I want to make sure that I just do this correctly. Now then, will the defendant, Miss Lana Skye, please take the stand? Miss Lana Skye, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you. But Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years. Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Skye. And remember, you are under oath. We want to hear the truth. The full truth, and nothing but the truth. The truth to the truth. Of course, the truth. Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister. Ooh, I was gonna say my internet's still being a little spiky. That's not good. I think it's chilled out now. But we'll kind of have to play it by ear. Sorry about that, everybody. Okay. Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gant. Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gant. So, I'll be honest with you guys. I don't remember a thing yesterday. So, this will be very interesting because if I don't remember a thing, like, how's this gonna look? I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence. Like, I knew the words were right there, but I truly just couldn't, like, my brain just couldn't process them. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. Are you sure about this testimony? Your Honor, I'm confessing to capital offense. Of course I'm sure. But Lana! If this is true, then that means Chief Gant had nothing to do with this. That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. Please, Mr. Wright, you have got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me. She's not. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony. Yeah, there's no time to start second-guessing myself. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. So now we can actually do a proper save, and we're just gonna save over what I did last stream, just so that way, we have as clean of a slate as we can for this. I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. So this was the line that I think I presented the evidence list. Your Honor, what? Oh. All right, never mind. You know what? Let's go back to doing this the old-fashioned way. Let's press her. Let's just press her for all the information. How many years exactly? Ever since I made senior detective. Let's see. I was 24 then, so that would be 5 years. Detective Gant and Detective Sky were legendary partners. I personally saw them testify in numerous cases. Must have been good, coming from the same school as Mia. Damon Gant was a respectable detective. That's why. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. But think about it, Miss Sky. You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me as much yesterday in jail. You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Any testimony you could not present in court is as useless as idle gossip. I stabbed Detective Goodman with the knife. And I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. Did you do so to help your sister? Joe Dark was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life. But what she did was justifiable self-defense. She wouldn't have been charged with anything. That's not the point. She was traumatized that day, all because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him. Lana. So, that's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago. You say you did this all by yourself. Yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? It seems I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken prosecutor award knife was stuck in the victim's body. What? But Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident. That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement. You mean, Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Dark. Something like that. If that is so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle. All just to protect me. So when you found the scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to. Yes. I broke off the tip of Dark's knife and planted it inside the wound and then moved the body. You planted the tip of Dark's knife into the victim's wound? And you moved the body? But why? Why would you do that? You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't that bad, but... Alright. When you showed up on the scene, where exactly was the victim's body? It was where you deduced it was, by Chief Gant's desk. But the body was found by your desk. Why'd you move it there? The reason for that is simple. Let's have the witness explain this in more detail. The reason Miss Sky moved the body. The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan. Pieces of the jar? You mean... Yes, that wretched jar you showed us earlier. In order to show that Dark committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body. So, when you first found the body, the jar was already... Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If you look at the crime scene, it would have been clear right away what happened. Neil Marshall was dead, and Dark was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during their struggle. I see. What's the matter, Emma? Apparently, the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed. But I have a feeling there's more to it than that. Alright. Anyway, I committed this fabrication completely alone. So, you rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like the murderer? How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it. Period. You're willing to risk the death sentence. She's lying. She did it so I wouldn't be blamed for what happened. In any case, is no one hearing Emma talk? That's just like a little side thing I've noticed. A little side note. In any case, as a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions. Mr. Wright, my sister's lying. Looks like she's determined to protect you to the end. She insists she fabricated the evidence by herself. There's no way she could have done it alone. I've got to get Lana to talk more. She's lying, then she's bound to slip up and make a contradiction. So, if my sleep-deprived memory is working correctly, I definitely think that this was the line that I had acted on. I think this is also the line that we need to act on in general. I think the contradiction here is that, her fabricating the evidence 2 years ago. See, I originally thought it was the evidence list, but it just seems very odd that she's not accepting it, I suppose. So, because that was also part of fabricating the evidence. Was that like... Yeah, for some reason that's not it. And I find that very peculiar. You know what? And also, after this entire series, I'm lowering the sound effect volume by 1. Oh, whoops. Okay, let me skip through all that dialogue. Okay, so what can I present to her that also would point towards this being a contradiction? Okay. I'm honestly not sure. Nah, I was supposed to say, like, I feel like there's multiple ways to go about this. Let's see. File fragment found in Chief Gant's safe. Emma's written on surface in blood. I feel like the jar would be a contradiction. Okay. That's interesting. So, what can I present? That's gonna basically be the big rule. But the evidence list would have been fine. Let's see here. Why does my memories feel like this is the correct one? Okay. That wasn't it either. That's fine. We're kind of at the point now where we're just trying to present evidence to something. But the other way that I kind of think about it is that the reason why I still think that it still might be the evidence list, but on a different statement, is literally because Emma has drawings. But why can't I remember? Oh, that's gonna drive me crazy. Okay. Maybe it was the cloth? Dang. Okay, it's not the cloth either. Pretty much what I'm kind of relying on is that I am trying to put down evidence that I think would make sense. But I'm also trying to consider, like, the game's inner cues, I guess. You guys know what I'm talking about, I hope, where, like, the game will do that audio thing whenever, they would do the audio cue whenever I actually do a correct submission, I guess. Because obviously this is true. Like, this isn't true that she fabricated all by herself. Or rather, I don't believe that is probably accurate. Okay. So, if it allegedly had nothing to do with, if it allegedly had nothing to do with Emma, maybe the jar contradicts that? No, because the jar was broken at that point in time. Ooh, this is a hard one. Okay, let's actually look over all of her statements again. Because I think I'm at a point where I need to actually like sit and look at the contradictions again. So worked alongside Gant for years. True. I don't think I have anything to present to contradict the blackmail theory. Because there could be a contradiction there stating that that is true. So let's see. So you fabricated the evidence years ago all by yourself. I broke off the tip of Dark's knife and planted it inside the wound, then moved the body. Pieces of the jar that had shattered during the events threatened my plan. And yeah, this is a contradiction too. So what exactly would they want here? So, I dropped my phone again. I don't recommend it. Maybe I'm overthinking this, perhaps? Pieces of the jar that shattered threatened my plans. Broke off the tip of... planted inside the wound. I think the contradiction's still here. But the problem is, like, what can I show off that suddenly would, like, make this all suddenly make sense? Could you imagine if we could spray with the luminol testing fluid right now? I think that'd be so funny. Just bad spray bottle. Alright, evidence from past case? No. No. This is also a no. Yeah, I just have to prove that they collaborated, right? So what else can I show off? What am I like goofing? Okay. Yeah, I'm running out of, like, potential angles to take this. Because, yeah, the contradiction would have just been the evidence list, because we're like, well, what about this? because this was a part of the SL9 case. So that's Edgeworth's car, that's her phone. The memo. His biopsy report. I don't know. Okay. Y'all know, by the way, that once I get it right, I'm gonna reload my save and like get my life back, by the way. Okay. Unless maybe. I know that if let's press about the other route. All right, why did you plant the knife? Come on now, Mr. Wright. Even you should be able to figure it out. Very well, let's add this to the witness's testimony. The reason Miss Sky fabricated the knife. Okay, so if this is all the proof that you needed. According to your testimony, Prosecutor Marshall's broken knife was the murder weapon, you right? Yes, and leaving it at that might point the blame away from Dark. I felt the most effective way to get him convicted would be by having the tip of his knife found inside the victim's body. So you buried it inside the victim's tablet. Yes, because I hated Dark for what he did. Huh. Yeah, I'm like not sure. Not sure exactly what I want to put down for here. One thing that I wanted to note is that I'm guessing because this changes based on what answer you want from her, it like it may not be the right one from like a meta standpoint. Okay. So we got the list of evidence right here. So yeah, I'm not sure what direction they even want me to take this in. Because this is the only one that makes sense to me. I'm like so confused here. Okay. I don't think we have any way to prove blackmail. So what other option do I have at this point? I really feel like I've like exhausted what I think is correct. All right, one more guess. Okay, let's reload and get my life back. Holy crap. Okay. Alright, let's read through the evidence again pretty carefully. So, obviously I don't think the evidence locker counts here. We don't have the vase didn't work here. The vase was broken by the time he got there. Sorry, I was speaking in yawn. Because the vase was broken by the time she got there. Security video we don't need. The SL9 incident files shouldn't... I don't think that'll work here. Actually, it might because it has both their names. No, it doesn't. You see, guys, I'm trying to cook, man. I'm trying. Did I push her with the weapon Yeah, I did. Not in the save, of course, but... Let's... I've already tried the evidence. Already tried the picture. You know, the fact that she also had the capabilities of breaking off the knife, by the way. Powerful energy right there. Okay, let's see. If there's no truth to the blackmail theory, wait, what do they want me to present here? Let me try pressing this again. What does she say when I press this? Okay. I'm just kind of repressing things just to see if there's more information that I can use. Maybe that's the contradicting statement. So I realize that that dialogue option only comes up whenever this part comes up. Huh. Let's see. When I found his body, I rearranged the crime scene. Look, keep forgetting that I get new dialogue options. Sorry, it's been 40 minutes. This is getting kind of silly. Maybe it's just because I'm bad. I'm bad at video game, you know. But that's okay. I can be bad at video game. Okay. All right. Actually, wait. There's something that I do want to try. Y'all remember the jar statement, right? I need to read. Okay, so broke off the tip and he planted it. Because there's another direction I could have taken this. Because there was a line that I saw that was weird. But I could be just wrong about this. Okay. So the piece of the jar that is shattered during the events threatened my plan. Was it during the events? I don't remember the entire timeline very well. Well, I mean, we can try. We have nothing else to lose. Bro. I hate this game. Miss Sky, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister. You mean the forgery at the scene where Nero Marshall was murdered? If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I am compelled to bring it to everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your testimony. A contradiction in my testimony. You testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan." That's right. Do you have a problem with that? It's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jar with the victim's blood. Yes, the prosecutor must have written it in his final moments. Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not have yet broken before he died. Ah. He couldn't have written Emma's name on the shattered jar. Oh, okay, I get it. I get what they're saying. I get what they're saying. Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regards to this jar and its bloody message. We may be missing something critical here. Chief Prosecutor, it seems you are in the dark as much as we are about the truth towards which we're headed. What? Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together information to arrive at the truth. See, I think that issue was more of me misremembering the timeline of how the jar comes into play. Let's hear a testimony. Hey, DJ, I haven't seen you in a couple days. I hope you're doing all right. Welcome in. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar, but it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. Hey, Magic, what's up with us? You joined too, just in time. Nice. You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood? I was the chief prosecutor at the time. Oh, she didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence. Very well. The defense may now work on its cross-examination. Oh, that's exciting. DJ. All right. So I can believe that she immediately noticed the blood trace. I can believe that. So the jar was already broken. It's a miracle that thing hadn't broken earlier. It certainly it certainly looks as feeble as the defense's case. That is disrespectful. That is disrespectful. You are an ace detective who never missed a detail. Do you really expect us to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jar pieces? Normally I would have. But it was dark in the room and I didn't have. Alright, let's hold it. So, you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar? No. If I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them to dust. Well, that helps my case. Lana, you do that for me? It seems you two might make up yet. Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was. So when it happened upon the scene, you lose your chance to erase the evidence. You must have been in a hurry. I was. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came. This is rather shocking. Alright, to be safe, I wiped away the blood. I'm afraid this actions of yours reveals what really happened. What do you mean? If you really thought Dark killed Prosecutor Marshall, you wouldn't have had to wipe away the blood. What else could I have done in that situation? Lana, I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces. Fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. I think I present the vase here in a second. But how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in that office. A detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright. Even now, I always carry a pocket light and a camera with me. Even I carry a bottle of emergency luminol whenever I go. I never miss anything. I got every last piece. Okay. So, you illegally rearranged the crime scene? Yes. I don't have any excuse for my actions. I'm so sorry, Lana. I didn't know. I've treated you so badly all this time. Not too late. There's still plenty of time to make up. After we've gotten to the bottom of this incident. No doubt this day will leave a permanent stain on the history of the prosecutor's office. More contradictions have surfaced in her testimony. Your sister's really putting up a fight. She must really care about you. Still, she's not doing this the right way. Okay. So let me think out loud for a second. She immediately noticed blood traces on the jar. I can believe that. But it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. I can also believe that. Because Gant probably would have been up into like a quick enough fashion for her to not be able to have time to check. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. But could I really see her doing that while it's shattered like that? I'd probably present the jar here again, but let me keep reading. Fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. Yeah, because you would have gotten them all at the time, maybe. Because the final fragment was in his safe, so it leads me to think that maybe he got up there quickly enough. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. Ah, look at Seribot go. Getting rid of those bots before I even have a chance to realize what's happening. Okay. Let's see here. Because, yeah, we've had a piece missing for some time, and Gant had it, but I think that I'm inclined to believe her when she says that she got them all. Because timing-wise, Gant, would have probably taken the well, actually, Gant couldn't have taken the fragment after, so... No, he could have. I'm thinking like she took it and like repaired the vase beforehand, which she couldn't have done in that much time. I don't think she wiped away the blood. You know what? Before we continue with this, let me... Also, I'll say, let me make that save. You gotta save scum with these lives. Okay, I thought so. Miss Sky, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you are unaware of. What? We found this final piece of this jar in Chief Gant's safe. In the Chief's safe? But how? I knew it. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it. But the witness just testified that she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off of them. Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. Chief Gant got there before you. But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece? I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are far too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective. That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Judge. Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken. Oh, that. There's no way a name could be written on a shattered jar. Alright, another person discovered the scene prior to the witness. I hope you're not implying this person was Chief Gant. At the same time, he was looking for Dark downstairs. Besides, even if he was there first, why would he break the jar? Question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide that fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that? No! No! Wait, I'm not the one on trial here. Damon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar, and then purposely hid one of the broken pieces. Question, what is this action called? Fabrication of evidence. But why would Chief Gant do that? In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear? But what happened afterwards? Discovering the scene, Lana believing her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Dark, sparing Emma, and therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Sky became the Chief's puppet. Oh, ooh, that hurts. Y'all see that, like, that was a bite and like blood. Oh my god. No, I did it on my own. Please, sis, stop trying to protect the chief. You can't have your cake and eat it. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients. Foul lies? Huh. I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth. Wait a minute. What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap? Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Lana, maybe right after all. Huh? What do you mean, Wright? So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright? Miss Guy, please testify once more. But if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie. But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall. Miss Sky, if you will. I can't. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will if you tell the truth. Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw. All right. The witness may testify once more. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on that suit of armor's sword. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that's linked to her murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it was all really a fabrication, Emma might be innocent. Unbelievable. Body was impaled on the armor's sword? You were the only one who saw that. If only you had proof. Actually, I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. What? To me? It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed. But I don't remember receiving a picture like that. Lana must have known. See, Mr. Wright? She really does have faith in you. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please present this picture. All right. So maybe there's a picture in the evidence law? Oh! Hey, there's a picture here. Oh my. This is the actual crime scene. No other detective saw the crime scene like this. Because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had rearranged anything. Mr. Wright, that piece cut out from his vest, could that be cloth we found inside his safe? What's this? This is a handprint, isn't it? That cloth, it had fingerprints on it. Whoever fingerprints those must be the real murderer. What? But those fingerprints, they're yours, Emma. Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright? Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So as long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer. Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. All right, impaled on that suit of armor, we're gonna prep. Oh! Come now, Edgy. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen. Chief Gantz. What, now you want to make me out as the bad guy too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense. I'm afraid it's too late for that. What? You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort. We got him. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck. Grr! Grr! So what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? The evidence will do all the talking for me. And if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't. But someone does. Someone. So, what's your excuse, Righto? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil's Marshall, causing his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt. Is this true, Mr. Wright? If I show that piece of evidence now, I'm sure to be made out as the murderer. Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now. I wonder if the game wants to push me towards not showing it. And if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries. What do I do now? I saved, so let's do the what if. What if I don't? Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. What? You lie! Chief Gant, you opened my safe! I know what you took. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence. I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together. Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about, Chief Gantz? Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd around the chest area? It looks like a part of it's been cut out for some reason. You mean you have this in your safe? What? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, Righto. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. What? You mean you admit to it? I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. So you really were manipulating her? I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, that's when she saw the scene. She'd ask me for my aid. So you assisted Miss Sky. I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted. When I tampered with the crime scene, I hid two pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you. Two pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe? But why? For insurance, of course. Insurance? You should have burned the cloth ages ago, by the way, if you wanted to be absolutely sure that this wouldn't have came up again. Just saying. I was sure my plan would work, but it's best to always be prepared for it. Prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that the girl committed. You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence? What do you take me for? A fool? I didn't make the chief of police by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? I had the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the pieces. But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on the jar too? Ho ho ho! Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance. You mean that piece of cloth? Come on, Righto. Cough it up already. I know you have it. Well, what are you waiting for, Mr. Wright? So, you admit to it then, Chief Gat, that you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe. Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, Righto. You should have shown it then before it was too late. It's been a long battle, but the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, the victory's mine. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. Alright then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence who actually murdered Marshall. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, he personally cut off this piece of the victim's vest. Oh yes, at last you finally brought it out in the open. There's a handprint on this cloth. Your Honor, the prosecution requests that this immediately be sent to the labs for analysis. The handprint on this leather, there must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly. You mean, it could not have been forged, it must have been authentic, conclusive evidence. Ho ho ho! You're as slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy. What? Think about it. Righto had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. How would that be? You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that? Mr. Wright, do you really know? Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they? Very well, I'll tell you. Should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. The person to whom these fingerprints belong to is Emma. Emma Skye? What? That they're mine? I'm sorry, Emma. But why? Why didn't you tell me? Oh ho ho ho! You're really something, Righto. You knew this girl did it all along. He still tried to pin the murder on me. So it's true. Tragic, but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death. How could you? You monster! Miss Skye, you knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't. Miss Skye, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet. Ha! But I'm afraid it's over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer? before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up. Oh? And what's that? Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall? What? Chief Gantz, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask? It was Emma Skye, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. What? A contradiction? What is this fool blabbing about? I'm talking about a contradiction, one that proves who the real killer is. Man, he's got that pointer finger on point. Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict? Chief Gantz, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. So like, I read all that like I knew. Y'all, I have no idea. So let's take this slow for a second. What was the glove used for? I kind of don't remember. That's really the only thing I can think of. Because we already see that the cloth's been ripped from that, and I don't think we can draw any more conclusions. The book had the stuff in there. Oh, hello, Sonic Lisa. Welcome to stream. Hope you're doing A-okay. It could... let's see. My guess is the rubber glove. So I'll start there. Oh, it's fun watching you squirm, Righto. This piece of evidence does indeed contradict. Oh. Okay, damn. Chill out. Okay, let me save. So it was cut after he died. Let's turn back now. You're the only one who could put an end to this. I love that it just circles back. Wow, that is such a pointy statue. Hold on, can we talk about that for a second? I just looked at the statue and I was like, why don't I look at the picture real quick? But what contradicts the clock? If it was cut out after, then because we're walking under the, we know that he came in there first. I know, tense moment just ruined by the fact that I'm just slow. The only other evidence that could be there is like the vase. All right. Let's just pretend like I didn't, all right. After he died, something's not right about it. Would there have to have been blood on it? Like the picture? Okay. And okay, that's what okay, I was about to say, wouldn't there have to have been blood on it? I found that very weird. Anyway, and what exactly is this supposed to be? This is the picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out? Yes, his shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest though. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs no doubt were punctured and blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, but that piece of cloth. Wait, there's no blood on it. See, okay, I figured it out. I figured it out. Don't come for me, guys. I'm not that silly. I promise. I promise you. Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, the marshal was not impaled on the sword at that time. This is nonsense. Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so then, who could have it been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Sky, picked up the unconscious prosecutor, and impaled him on the armor's sword? Then to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar that they broke on purpose to leave behind a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it. Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's vest. Ironic, isn't it? With very active creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer. No! It's finally all over. Oh, that was close, Righto. You almost had me. Huh? Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute all your allegations. What do you mean you refute his allegations? You see that cloth is illegal evidence. Order! Order! What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Udgy? Earlier, old Righto here concealed that piece of cloth. Alright, so you do have conclusive evidence, don't you? I don't have any evidence at this point in time. Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence. At that moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence. That's not fair. Oh. Did you actually think you could best me in court? It looks like the last laugh's on you, son. I'm afraid Mr. Gaunt's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? True, legal evidence cannot be used to convict a person, assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal. Huh? Well, Mr. Wright? It seems at last. The time for me to reveal my plan has actually arrived. Mr. Wright, do you admit to it? That you purposely concealed this piece of cloth? I admit, I refused to present it at one point. Aha! The evidence is illegal. No, it isn't, Mr. Gaunt. I'm doing a-okay. This game's getting spicy. Huh? It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't. What do you mean you couldn't? There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence. What did you get? No, Hachi, don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward. You can't really believe. There's only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not? Very well. Let us settle this once and for all. Earlier, you refuted to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now. This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. What's this? I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma's Guy's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What? You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law. Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without approval of the police department. I found this piece of evidence myself, inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department. Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And here's the crux of the matter. You see, at the time, it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident. What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take a look at this picture and... Sorry, but can you recall, when was that picture presented? That was shown only a few moments ago. No, he's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gaunt. You yourself confessed to a certain truth. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest. Oh yes. No! It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before the prosecutor marshal in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer. There's only one person who that could be. Damon Gaunt. The killer was you. Huh. Wah ha 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 ha! Wah ha ha ha! Oh ho ho ho! Wah ha ha ha! Hee hee hee! Ha! That was... I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. For 2 years, he's been snooping around the department, trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, and yet he insisted on hounding me. Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty. He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Starr, then convinced Bruce Goodman. Detective Goodman. Yeah, that's right. If evidence transferred is, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you gotta help me. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know where to quit. He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden, he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? You can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered. He opened his evidence locker, and as he was taking the evidence out, he said, "It's not too late. I'm gonna hand all this over to Marshall." Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, that I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's when I saw it. That accursed knife. I couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would have only been led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who my sub put in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor I didn't realize my fatal mistake. The bloody handprints on Detective Gumshoe's locker. I used to be known as the crime computer, but everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it. Then you put the body in my car. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will. Grrr. Leaving the prosecution's car aside, how could you get Miss Sky involved in all this? Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth ever came out. So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker. I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have time to pick and choose what to take. So, you left the jar fragments in the glove. Yeah. Looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. They all did their best to get in my way. I've got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court? Me? You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Pudgy. What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry too, Damon Gant. I knew you as you used to be, long ago. You were once a fine investigator and an example to the others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those days are long gone now, Edgy. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. They have Wright here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of a new beginnings. There are two things I want you to understand. Yes? First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gantz betrayed you from the beginning. See, Miss Sky? You no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When the trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years. From the time I had Gaunt help me forge evidence, up until today. So, it seems all questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My, what high standards you have. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? A few years from now, you just might make it to the top. Aw, that's a cute smile. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Miss Sky. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you. Huh. It was nothing. Liar. I was worried the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth. Stop it! I only did my job. In light of this case, it seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Skye. Yes, Your Honor. You are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, fact is, you still acted as his accomplice. The trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. Is there something amusing about all this? Why are you smiling? It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. Well, this trial has gone on far too long already. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Skye, not guilty. That is all. This court is adjourned. All right, in case I can catch it before it's too late, I'm going to run an ad on the Twitch side before we get into this dialogue, and I'm going to take a quick little second to breathe. Because, honestly, what a case from start to finish. Holy crap. Like, I truly wasn't expecting the case to be almost as long as the game itself. Let me point that out. The case was truly as long as the game itself. With that in mind, like, I think that I'm actually overall happy with that case. I do want to dive in a little bit more once we're at the credits. At long last, it's finally over. Emma? Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook. Well, at least she wasn't convicted for murder she didn't commit. No, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended, I can see why Mia Fey thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks. I don't think she's seen her smile like that in those past 2 years, like thinking about it. That's sad to think about. You know, I did my best too, but Lana didn't say a single word to me. Oh, I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, yes I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run all around while on duty? And top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding. Oh, are you here because of my sister again? Nope, not this time. I came today because of you, pal. Me? That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. I keep dropping my phone, I'm so sorry. Lana! Should you be doing this? You're still under arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell if you won't. Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day 2 years ago was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in this mess. Sis, I asked Gant to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake, but now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared how you'd react if you knew. But sis, you were only doing it for me. No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed to be the truth. I was deceiving you. Sis, I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry. But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. You're happy? Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have. Oh, Emma, are we gonna get hug artwork? Oh my god, we got hug artwork! Look at how cute this is! Yo, look at how cute this is! No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is try to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in so doing, we can find a way back to our rightful path. And it is from there that we can move on toward a brighter future. At least, that's what I felt watching those two sisters make up. Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe, but me? Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? Edgeworth? Stop hiding and come over here. Where was he hiding? I just came to say congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right, well, I'll be going now. Oh, he's such a goofball. He's so stupid and shy and all that. Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly. It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I can't correct my mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth. Only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Maybe Chief Gant was right. But I think you can find your own path that's different from him, Edgeworth. And that's what we're gonna see. I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now. But Edgeworth, who knows? Given enough time, I might try to pull something like Chief Gant did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gaunt and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. You said, in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. That may be true, but think back on today's trial. You weren't alone, together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership, we were able to present evidence that otherwise would have been gone. Huh? What? Oh, yeah. Come on, Mr. Wright, show him what Lana was talking about. Evidence, huh? Was the evidence list? Because because he showed his resignation letter. We showed that, and then... No, wait, where did we find the other... Actually, no. It would be the clock. That might mean some... Oh. Oh no, internet, don't give up on me now. Alright, come on, TikTok, come back. Come back to me! Come back! Okay, we are so back. Kind of. Okay. Oh no, not everything freaking out. No. TikTok was just the beginning! Oh no! Oh, internet stabilized! Oh no! Just gonna give it a minute to stabilize. It is not stabilizing in this minute. Come on, we're almost there. Come on, internet. You can hold out for a few more minutes. Come on. Okay, I think we're okay. It seems you still have a lot to learn as well. Oops. It's time for me to go. Mr. Edgeworth, you'll excuse me. There's still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care. No, I had to stop again. I do see my internet spiking. I do want to try to like... My internet just... Did it just die? Another day, another internet struggle. I'm gonna give it a second. I'm gonna give it like one more minute. I don't know if my internet... I was gonna say the net's like trying to come back up so bad. This is why sometimes you want to record things and like upload it off after the fact. Okay. Aim. I mean, internet. So things I can't. Obviously, I can't force the internet to be like better. Uh, damn. God, I think I might actually have to stop stream because I can't keep a stable connection. Okay, so let's do this first. Let's just stop TikTok. But I'll at least lighten up the net load a little bit. But that did help. Just a tad. I low-key felt like OBS just reset itself. Oh my god, are we back? Are we so back? Oh my god, the bubble's green. I think we're so back. Oh my god, we are so back. All right, we're gonna have to try to blast through this a little bit. We're gonna have to wrap this up and I'm probably gonna have to end stream early, which isn't a bad thing. Just an unfortunate timing. All right. Nope, we're not back. We're not back. I think I'll give it another minute to attempt to resolve itself, but if not, then I'll probably just have to record this last bit. Which is such a shame if you think about it. Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to cut stream. That's so unfortunate, man. We were like maybe 5, maybe 10 minutes from finishing this. Wait, no, but connection's back. No, it always hears me and then it's like, nah. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna go for it. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. No, it went back down as soon as I hit the A button. I think I'm gonna go on ahead and just wrap up the stream then on everything, and then just kind of then I'll probably just record these last few scenes and kind of go from there. My apologies for the inconvenience, everybody. If you guys can hear me clearly, I think you guys have a wonderful night, okay? Unfortunately, it's not something that I could just fix. So we'll just kind of have to deal with it if this situation happens again in the future. But yeah, I'll see you guys all next time. Oh, so now you want to have a stable? I'm gonna do one more text bot. You know, I keep giving my internet connection just like one more chance. Edgeworth, what will you do now? Yeah, that's so toxic. That's so toxic. Okay, no. See you guys tomorrow.